welcome to this explainer. All right, picture this. The month is finally wrapping up, and you're feeling pretty good. You've put in the hours at work, and it's time to see the fruits of your labor. So, you pull out your phone, open up your sleek little banking app, totally expecting this comfortable cushion of cash to be sitting there waiting for you. But wait, no way. The number staring back at you is shockingly lower than you imagined. And cue that slight feeling of panic setting in.
You're just staring there thinking, where on earth did my money actually go? And here's the truly weird part, right? You scroll through your recent transactions and you can't point to a single massive purchase. There's no luxury vacation on there, no designer watch, no catastrophic financial blunder. So, how did your entire paycheck just literally vanish into thin air?
Well, the answer lies in what we like to call the invisible drains. Here is the absolute financial truth that nobody really talks about. Most people do not go broke from one giant dramatic mistake. Actually, they go broke from tiny, seemingly harmless habits that they repeat every single day. We're talking about that $12 food delivery, the $8 artisan coffee, that random $19 digital subscription you completely forgot to cancel. Today, we are exposing these silent habits that secretly keep people stuck, and I'm going to show you exactly how to fix them.
Okay, let's dive into this. Part 1, the vanishing paycheck mystery, where we expose the daily financial drain.
Most folks think they have a pretty solid handle on where their cash goes, but the reality, they really don't. And that's because small purchases feel completely invisible in the moment. I mean, a $12 lunch doesn't exactly trigger any financial alarm bells, right? But let's do the math here. $7,000. Yeah, you heard me. If you spend just $20 a day on random, non-essential stuff, that adds up to over $7,000 a year. Just imagine routing that cash into an investing app instead. Through the magic of compound growth, that grows into hundreds of thousands of dollars over time. Financial stress almost always starts with a lack of awareness, not necessarily a lack of income.
So how do we actually solve this? Well, the fix is surprisingly simple, and no, you absolutely do not need to start some miserable restrictive budget. Simply track every single dollar you spend for the next 7 days. That's it. Write it down or use an app, whatever works. Once you force yourself to see your spending patterns clearly on paper, your behavior actually starts changing automatically.
Moving on to Section 2, traps, lifestyle, and debt. Earning more, but keeping less.
Have you ever noticed how someone can land a massive promotion, but somehow they still complain about feeling broke? It's a total paradox, but it happens everywhere, especially to high-income earners. It's called lifestyle inflation, and it's honestly one of the absolute biggest financial traps out there. Here's how it goes. You get a raise. You're thrilled. But almost immediately, you upgrade your apartment, you lease a much nicer car, you've automatically inflated your lifestyle to match your new paycheck, which completely wipes out your new wealth. The smarter move? Save 50% of every raise before you even think about upgrading your life.
And this requires a total shift in perspective. Wealth isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. We obsess over salaries in our culture, but look, if you make $200,000 a year and you spend $200,000 a year, you are just as broke as someone making minimum wage.
And this brilliantly illustrates the trap of treating credit cards like free money. When your spending becomes emotional instead of intentional, you step right into financial quicksand. Notice the massive gap here. People will literally throw a party celebrating an 8% gain in their stock portfolio, right? While completely ignoring the fact that they are simultaneously losing 20% or more to credit card interest. It's crazy. Your debt is growing way faster than your investments. If you can't pay that balance in full this month, you need to hit pause.
All right, Section 3, fumbling your financial future. Time and preparation are your biggest assets.
So a lot of people put off organizing their finances because they're waiting for the perfect time. They think, oh, I need to wait until I'm totally debt-free, or I need to be making a certain salary first. But the real superpower in wealth building, it isn't stock picking, it's time. Look at person A and person B. Person A starts investing at age 25. Person B waits until they're 35. Even if they invest the exact same amount monthly, person A absolutely crushes it, ending up with hundreds of thousands of dollars more. Why? Compound growth. Starting small today is infinitely better than waiting around for tomorrow.
And while we're preparing for the future, we really have to talk about the danger of having no emergency fund. Life is inherently unpredictable, guys. If you have no safety net, every broken down car or shattered phone screen becomes a full-blown financial crisis. You put the repair on a credit card, the balance grows, and the stress just becomes overwhelming. Having even a basic emergency fund creates a shield. It gives you that essential breathing room and gives you options when life inevitably happens.
Now, I know saving 3 to 6 months of living expenses sounds completely overwhelming, but don't panic. Your first goal isn't $10,000. It's simply $500. That's it. Your first mission is just proving to yourself that you can save consistently. Just putting away $500 is enough to prevent a simple flat tire from spiraling into high-interest debt.
Let's look at Section 4 now, building reliable money systems and why systems beat willpower every single time.
So why do we so often fail at managing our money? Well, it's because we treat money emotionally and we rely way too much on willpower. By the end of the month, you're tired, you're stressed out, and frankly, willpower fails. People say, oh, it's only $50, it won't change my life, but successful people know a secret. Small, smart decisions repeated for years become life-changing. Wealth is built slowly. $50 a month compounds, your habits improve, and eventually those tiny actions create massive, massive long-term results.
And the absolute best way to guarantee that consistency is automation. Enter the 50-30-20 rule. Basically, 50% of your income goes to your needs, 30% to your wants, and 20% to saving and investing. The magic here is setting up your accounts so that the 20% moves automatically the exact moment you get paid, before you can even look at it. You remove decision-making entirely. And guess what? Fewer decisions mean fewer financial mistakes.
Finally, Section 5, fixing your finances today, because momentum matters way more than perfection.
Listen, you do not need to fix your entire financial life overnight. Seriously, that's just a recipe for burnout. Instead, let's build some momentum with these 4 simple steps today. Step 1, track your spending for just 7 days. Step 2, cancel just 1 unnecessary subscription today. Step 3, start that tiny $500 emergency fund. And Step 4, invest your first $50. Remember, wealthy people didn't get there through pure luck. They just built smarter habits over time. Your future is completely in your hands.
So, I want you to seriously ask yourself, which of these silent money habits do you struggle with the most right now? Is it the invisible daily drains? Maybe lifestyle inflation? Or waiting way too long to start investing? Just acknowledge it. Changing your financial future doesn't always require some massive promotion. Sometimes it simply starts with managing the money you already have right now just a little bit better. Thanks so much for joining me.